When or did you decide that you wanted to be in MMA?
Once I stopped wrestling and then I didn't have that regular thing I did at the end of the day where I could work out and had a bigger goal than just trying to stay in shape. So I picked up fighting and I quickly learned that I was a lot better at it than I was at wrestling. So,
There's a lot of it. It always gets me, because they're different arts. You got boxing, you got wrestling, you got MMA. I mean, I always wonder. Okay, I just want to fight to make my living, and that's where you figured that you just wanted to do. You just want to beat people up for a living.
yeah, it's what you're good at, and you gotta love what you do. And, I don't wake up and go to work. I wake up and go play, and I get to fight every couple months and get paid, and everybody's excited to see me. So it's a good thing for me, and it's a good thing for everybody else.
Can you talk about some of the injuries that you've had because I saw you after your last fight, and you pretty bruised. I said, man, I hate to see the other guy. Talk about some of the injuries you've had over the years.
I've broken my jaw and I broke my neck before, but other than that, I haven't broken any other bones. I think I've done pretty good for, like, a lot of people tear their ACL or MCL and then they can't compete, but I've been pretty fortunate that that's never happened to me. And now that I'm on the global stage, I feel like my next goal is try to break the top 10, break the top 15, maybe do it in 2 weight classes and just keep pressing forward.
For us that are novice, talk about the honor, and talking to other people who follow your sport, they said that's a huge honor to be offered a contract by Dana White to be on the UFC.
There's only 500 people in the UFC, and when one comes in, one has to go out. So they're not looking for people that can win fights or finish fights. They're looking for the next Conor McGregor, somebody who can build the business, because it's a money racket at the end of the day, and everyone's got to make money. So,
can a person make a living out of this? If you become the next McGregor, yeah, you can make a living. But everybody else, can you make a living out of this?
No, you don't. You can't necessarily make a living unless you're probably the top 10 or top 15, or you can also have like a side company with it and use that to invest into it. But if you hunt it down and pursue it, you can make anything. You can follow your dreams. It's easy. You just got to stay with it every day, and you got to do a little bit extra than anybody else does.
Talk about the pressure in this, because basically you said if you lost, you basically had to come back home and start over.
Yeah, if I didn't make it, then I didn't have a way. I was all in on this fight. Only made $10,000. Can't live on $10,000 in a year. So I'm going to fight again by Christmas, and I'm going to start that 4-fight contract, and then I'm going to knock this guy out like I did the last one. I'm going to renegotiate my contract and just move forward, and that's the plan right now, and stay healthy, and thank God upstairs for all of my blessings. So
you said that the main stage, the main events, that's the goal, top 10. How do you get to that pinnacle?
You just keep winning. Like whoever, they might call me, like I'm on a 30-day suspension, but they might call me after the 30-day suspension and say, hey, you want to fight? And I'll take a short notice fight, and I'll do them a favor, and win, lose, or draw, I still did them a favor. So it's more how the media picks you up, and how if everyone likes you or enjoys your character. Because like in a movie, there's a Superman, there's a Batman. So if they like me as the cowboy, the straight shooter, I'm just going to tell you how it is, and then I go out there and I speak more with my fighting than I can sitting here and telling you what I want to do with it.
So basically, you kind of have to have a shtick in this business. So what's yours? Because Conor McGregor, he's probably like that, okay?
Yeah.
But I think a lot of it's acting too, because he knows he generates and he can make more money for himself. The more bad boy he can be, sort of like Dennis Rodman in basketball, the more popular you become. So do you have a shtick?
I feel like just fighting is interesting for people. Like the style of fighting that I do has always been around, and they're just starting to bring it back. And I feel like all the extra stuff that goes into it, like people don't realize that you dropped 30 pounds just to make a weight class. And people don't realize what it does to you to get there. And then you got to turn around and fight in front of a huge stage. And then it's just, I think the chemistry that goes along with it, like the psychological warfare of fighting another human being, people like love to watch that because that's not everyday life for everyone. And that's just normal life for me. Like I've been doing this I've been wrestling for 15 years and I've been fighting for 7. So it's just like second nature to me.
So a year from now, if we're sitting here again, where do you want to be?
A year from now, I want to be in the top of my weight class, not have any money issues, and be able to be looking forward to a title shot, possibly either at 45 or 55. I'll take all oncomers.